Into this even more, guys. Our meteorologist Jennifer Collins talked to NOAA scientist Lindsey about the satellite and how it will not only prepare us for weather on Earth, but also track significant weather events in the western U.S. as well. Take a listen.
Thanks so much for taking the time to answer a few of our questions that we have about the new satellite and the launch today. It's a pretty important one, too. Can you tell us more about the GOES-T satellite and how it helps with weather observation and accuracy?
Sure. Yeah. So the GOES-T satellite is the third satellite in the GOES-R series. We launched GOES-16 and 17 already, and they're in orbit now. And after GOES-T reaches geostationary orbit, it will become GOES-18. And then after checkout, be moved over to the GOES-West position. Takes lots of important observations. One really relevant one, that Floridians are familiar with is hurricanes. We're able to get a good look at the hurricanes as they're out over the open ocean. Now, of course, GOES-18 will be over the west, so it wouldn't be looking at hurricanes over the Atlantic necessarily, but it will be looking at hurricanes that would approach Hawaii. And sometimes that does happen.
And a little bit more about that. I know in the past few years, there's been quite a few significant weather events. I know GOES-T doesn't only do tropical hurricanes and everything, it can also track wildfires as well. How is it beneficial during an eventual fire disaster that could happen or extreme events in the West?
GOES-18, when it's in the GOES-West position, is in an ideal place to keep an eye out for wildfires in the western U.S. As we all know, wildfires have been a big problem, especially over the last few years in the western U.S. The advanced baseline imager on GOES-18 is able to detect the thermal signature or the hotspots from those wildfires. And at times, sometimes we're able to even see the hotspots before the fires get out of control and before they get called in from the public. And in that case, sometimes, say the National Weather Service notices the hotspot from the satellite, calls it into the local firefighters, and they're able to extinguish the fire before it gets out of control. So it's really important for being our eye in the sky for wildfires.